Remember Hello Dolly bars? Oh my God, I think it was my favorite thing as a kid and probably the first thing I learned to make. And I used to make them all the time for parties and for gifts and for opening nights and things like that. Well, I can't play the piano, but I can sure make a Hello Dolly bar. I know it's a sweet, really decadent little treat, but once in a while I get a little craving for them, and I'm making them tonight. So I'm going to show you how to make a Hello Dolly bar. Everyone should know, if you don't, how to make a Hello Dolly bar. Some people call them magic bars, but they were originally called Hello Dolly bars because they became famous in the 60s when Hello Dolly was a big hit on Broadway the first time around. The original recipe called for 1 stick of margarine, but use butter. Why use margarine when you can use butter? Margarine was popular in the 60s, I guess. About 2 cups of crushed graham cracker crumbs for the crust, and then simply layers of chopped walnuts, coconut, sweetened coconut flakes, and chocolate chips. And then you pour a can of sweetened condensed milk over that. Delicious. Some people put in pecans. Walnuts are the original recipe. Some people use butterscotch chips. Again, I'm giving you the original. You can spin it however you like. So, let's do it. While you're preheating your oven to 350 degrees, put a couple of packages of graham crackers into a Ziploc bag. We're going to use this again later. This is a great way to get rid of some of that anger. Just crush them up with your hands. And once you get them down to a manageable place, we're going to either roll these out. I don't have a rolling pin here, but come on kids, everyone's got a swell bottle. You can always roll your swell bottle up and crush them that way. It's always best to get your thumb and index finger in there for those big chunks at the final moment. I am going to melt a stick of butter in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Add about 1.5 cups of the crushed graham crackers into the butter, and we're going to create our crust. Add your crumbs to a 9 by 13 tin and flatten it out for the crust. Use your fingertips to press it all down nice and flat and make sure the whole bottom of the pan is covered. I like to measure out my ingredients beforehand, so first we're going to add the chopped walnuts and spread evenly in the pan. Then we add our cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. We'll spread those evenly on top of the nuts. Then we're going to add sweetened coconut on top of that. 1 cup of each is all it'll take. On top of that, we're going to drizzle 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. I usually pour it in a little zigzag or plaid pattern, as you can see. You can use a spoon to get that last teaspoon or tablespoon out of there if you feel you must. I feel I must. There we go. Done. I'm going to pop that in the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes until it gets golden brown. And there it is. Hello, Dolly. 25 minutes exactly and looking gorgeous. When this first comes out of the oven, if you rub your knife along the edges while it's still hot and gooey, it will prevent it from sticking. I'm going to let that cool down for about a half an hour to 45 minutes and then pop it in the fridge to get really firm before cutting it. Now comes the fun part. This has been chilling in the fridge for probably about an hour and a half. It's kind of solid as a rock, as you can see. Once you loosen the sides of the pan, a soft spatula comes in really handy for this kind of thing. You want to get it all around and loosened up. If the corners are hard and sticky, take a hard spoon and slip it in there. What you don't want it to do is crack or break. And then you should be able to flip the whole thing over and get rid of the pan. And there you are, there's the bottom side. Now, here's what I'd love to do. Remember I said we were gonna save that Ziploc bag. I like a nice clean cut on these. So cut off your edges, that's the first thing. Cut off all 4 of your edges. You're gonna want a nice sharp knife. You do not wanna saw this because it can crumble. And once these edges are sawed off, look at that. Doesn't that look yummy and gooey and delicious? Take these guys, throw in a Ziploc bag, put them in your fridge or in your freezer. These are gonna crumble so beautifully over some ice cream or the dessert of your choice. Oh, this is my late night. Well, I guess I'll call it a snack, but don't tell anybody. Now, I used to call these bars, so I would cut them in bars. But because this is a fancier little gift, I'm going to make triangles. So I'm going to cut the whole thing in half, and then I'm going to cut these into squares. You'll cut each square into a little triangle, and then you can cut those again. So you've got 4 little, perfect. Look at how cute these are. And there we are, artfully arranged. Beautiful presentation, means everything. What a lovely little gift. And wait till they taste them. Remember to save one for yourself. Hello, Dolly. That's what Michael would do.